Like
Mhm.
I'm from Texas, and growing up in Texas, I don't think people know. Growing up, I ain't even gonna say Texas in the South. Growing up in the South, Polo was like Gucci
That was
back at that
everything for
time.
us,
Yeah, you
for the
feel me?
boys.
So it was like where I'm from in Waco, you had the dudes with the Levi 501s, heavy starch. They took them to the cleaner with the fresh polo and the all white forces. You know what I'm saying? That was the fit. Like that was the fit. Like first day of school, and then what I'm saying, when it get hot outside, change Levi's for some cargo shorts.
For some
But
cargo
yeah,
with some Sperry's.
yeah, or some Sperry's. But you always had the fresh polo on. So when I seen all of that, I was like, bro, like all the polo that my mom and them couldn't afford to buy me, or they was like, nah, we ain't finna get that. It's too much. I got all of this for free. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like number polo.
All right, y'all. We are back. Welcome, Will. I'm gonna go ahead and give him like the formal introduction, which I don't normally do for my guests, but I felt like this was pretty important. So, two-time world champion, two-time gold medal recipient, and one-time silver, seven-time NCAA Big 12 indoor and outdoor champion at Baylor. And let's just say he's one of the Hall of Famers over there. I'm talking you up, all right?
Hype it up,
But anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How you feeling?
man. Appreciate it for having me. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. You know, this doesn't get any easier, but we do it anyway.
Hey,
Um,
it's life.
but yeah, I guess I kind of just want to talk to you about, first of all, what is life like for you lately? You know?
Uh, it's been hectic starting back with indoor season, so just trying to get back in the swing of things with the 2025 season. So fall training,
Yeah.
training when it's cold.
Mhm.
Weather it's Texas, so one day you got about 30, 40 degrees, another day you 85. So, but
Exactly.
just training hard. Doing what I got to do, lifting weights, taking care of my body. So it's not nothing like that's too crazy, but just a day to day.
Right. Okay. So you said, you've been training. Obviously, you hardcore right now.
Yeah.
What exactly are you training for?
So this year we got indoor season. We have world championship indoors. We got trials next week in Staten
Mm,
Island, and then if you make that team, you make the USA indoor team. That'll be in China, and
mm.
then close to September, if you make that world outdoor team, which is USA's, I think in June. You make that team in September. You go to World Outdoor Championships, and that's in Japan, Tokyo.
Tokyo. So
Yeah,
you've already been to Tokyo though, right?
yeah. But that was during COVID, so it was like we wasn't able to go nowhere. So this time it'll be a little different. I
Right.
get to enjoy myself.
I love that. Okay, then tell me, because I've been curious. I couldn't wait
Yeah,
to ask you this, but like, what was it like, competing in the height and the peak of COVID? Like, how did you navigate that?
that whole season was actually crazy because it's like the year before, like our whole season got canceled,
Right.
and I was only able to. That was actually my first year out pro, 2020, and
Yeah.
that was my first, my I guess you could say rookie season,
Hmm.
and went out there, and it was like I think I had my first track meet. It was indoor season. I ran in New York and at the Armory indoor track meet in New York, and ran
Yeah.
there, and then probably like a couple weeks later, boom, like COVID, and it's crazy because like you look back on when COVID really hit, New York was like a prime place, like where they shut
Yeah.
things down. And I'm like, dang, I was just in New York. Like, what if I would have got stuck out there? That would have been crazy. I would have been stuck in a hotel room. But,
Right.
luckily, what I mean, that happened afterwards. But we was still training because, didn't nobody know the seriousness of what was going on. It was like one of those where it was like, hey, people getting sick. And at the time, like, I was still training in Waco. So
Yeah.
it never hit us yet. So we
Hmm.
was still living regular, and then I think we got one case, and then next thing you know, that one case went to like 30 people the next day, and then it
Oh,
just started. Everybody know how it went or whatever. So it was just like season was still going on because it was Olympic year. So everybody's like, man, they ain't gonna cancel the Olympics. There's no way they gonna do that. So
right.
we started getting ready to try to run at the track meet. I'm training all season, training, and then the week of a track meet comes. Actually, I was supposed to go to run at PV in Houston,
Yeah. Hmm.
and like 2 days before the track meet, they hit us like, "Yo, track is canceled because of COVID." All right, cool. You know what I mean? We like, that's just one track meet. So I'm supposed to run again like 2 weeks. Still training, still training. A
Hmm.
day before I was finna leave, track meet got canceled because of COVID. So now I'm all right,
Wow.
hold on. Like this stuff serious for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's serious. So at that point they was like, yo, they not gonna cancel Olympics, but it's like, where we gonna run? We can't run in no track meets, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then we got that notification, came on my ESPN app. The Olympics have just been canceled. So I was looking at my coach like, so what's up? He was just like, nah. Well, guess we'll just stop training then. So I was like, dang, that's crazy.
So y'all
So
just stopped everything right then?
we still kind of kept going, but it came to some point where it was just like it's hard to train when it's like nothing you training for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like I'm not finna just keep training if like we looking at each other like, yo, like they not having no track meet, so what we supposed to do? So we kept going for maybe like 2.5, 3 weeks, and then he was finally like, yo, it ain't gonna be nothing else, so we just gonna shut it down, and you know what I mean? And no
Yeah.
other opportunities came that year either, so it was like, you know what I mean? It was it. So then
So
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So then you fast forward to like the actual year when they pushed it.
Hmm.
Traveling during that time was like it was. I don't wish that on nobody. Like having to get
Oh,
COVID tests like every week, and I was having to get the one with A. You know what I'm
in the
saying?
nose.
Yeah. So like that was, but at the time, that was the only way we can go to the track meet. And we had to get a COVID test. So it was like,
Mm,
yo, if you come into the track meet, you got to get a COVID test. And then I remember I traveled to Europe. You had to get a COVID test before you got on the flight. You know what I'm saying? It had
everything.
to be like 48 or 72 hours or something like that. And then when we landed, we would have to take another one. And then when we get to the hotel, we got to take another one. And then
Mm,
after we run, we would have to get another one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like we
yeah.
just constantly having to get COVID tests. Then we had to get one before we board the flight too. So it was just real hectic. You know what I'm saying? And then traveling on a plane for about 13 hours straight with a mask on was just,
Mm.
yeah.
I hate it for you, but at the same time, I feel like it was all a part of your experience,
Yeah.
like it was your journey. So, like, how did you bounce back from that? Because I know that probably put like a damper on your spirit. So, how did you bounce back from that?
Honestly, like I never like looked at it that way simply because I wasn't the only one going through it. You know what I'm saying? And for
Mhm.
me, I just look at it for a situation was like, man, I'm still grateful enough to be able to do what I love. And at the end of the day, I'm still traveling, still able to do my job because I know people who was in a way tougher situation than I was going through. Or
Right.
people who lost their family to COVID, you know what I'm saying? Or people they
Mm.
love to COVID. So it's like it really didn't put a damper on me because it was just more so like, man, I'm still in a blessed situation. It's some people
Yeah.
that's really going through it. And remember at that time, that's when like they didn't know what was going on with COVID. Like it was one of them, like if you caught COVID, they was basically like, oh, you gonna die. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. We
But we
didn't
was
know enough
also
yet.
seeing like situations where people was catching COVID and being in a very bad situation. So I was like, man, I'm still grateful and I'm still blessed to be where I'm at.
Yeah, totally. I get it. And see, that's one of the things I have found after, looking around, doing my research on you and stuff. You're very like humble to me.
Yeah,
So I feel like that's a good thing, and that's part of the reason you just about to keep winning. But either way,
yeah.
so how often do you work out and train now?
Man, we go Monday through Friday. And then
Monday through Friday.
sometimes, yeah, then Saturday I'll do like a little workout on my own. Or
Hmm.
if I don't do Saturday, I'll do Sunday. So really, I'm 7 days in a sense. Like Sunday is really my recovery day. So I come to the track, and you know what I'm saying, get worked on, do my recovery stuff, and then cold tub, hot tub, and I'll be, do just some small stuff on Sunday to just get ready for Monday. Or most of the time, I'll do like a 25-minute long run or whatever on Sunday, do my
Hmm.
recovery, and then just reset for Monday. But
Yeah,
really, in all, Monday through Saturday, I guess you could say.
Monday through Saturday, the hustle
Yeah.
don't stop. So
No,
what they be
no.
having y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing when you training? Obviously,
Oh yeah.
drills,
I mean,
but
everybody asks that because it's like everybody just think, oh, you just running. But like Monday, it's like it's a sprint day. It's like we do short sprints, like really explosive short sprints. And then
hmm,
weight room is mostly like power cleans and stuff like that. And we do
yeah,
some other exercises. Then Tuesday is like our tempo day. We'll usually do like 200s and stuff and repeat 200s and then go to the weight room. We'll have like heavy squats and some box power
yeah,
cleans and stuff like that and just a whole bunch of technical stuff. Wednesday is a recovery day, so he'll give us like the day off and then but we'll come up here and do like small drills and stuff on our own, do a lot
hmm,
of core work and stuff. And Thursday, it just depends on how you feeling. Like, some
yeah.
days Thursday it can be something light or it might be something tough. Then the
All
weights in
right.
there, yeah, weights in there is a little different. It could change up. It's kind of like in the middle of like arms and legs,
Yeah,
and then upper and lower. But then Friday, that's the killer day. Like Friday is like that Friday finisher. Like you gonna put in some work. Like I call it putting in pain. Like Friday is you gonna put in
yeah,
pain on the track. Like you gonna go around that track. You gonna put some work in, and then in the weight room, it's not that bad in the weight room, but Friday, yeah, Friday is a tough day. But if we
Friday,
got a
yeah.
track meet, that week, then it's like it's a little bit more chill. Like it's a little bit more recovery in a sense.
Hmm. So, do y'all mostly practice outside or inside?
Yeah, we out. Unless the weather is like really, really that bad where we have to be inside. But
I was
if it's
just about to
cold,
say,
yeah, but if it's cold, we warm up inside and we'll go do the workout outside.
okay.
Yeah.
And when it's summertime, you don't be like hot.
Well, like in the summer, he let us warm up in, but we go do our workout outside.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's part of the process. I can't be mad.
Yeah.
So are you like on a meal plan? Do you eat specific things? What they got you eating?
Yeah, I do. I mean, for me, it's like it. I kind of base mine on depending on like what our training regimen gonna be for that day or that week. So if it's like I know I got a tough day the next day, I'm gonna try to load up on carbs at
Yeah.
lunch and dinner. But
Okay.
if it's not really a hard day, then I won't do as much carbs. But of course, I got the protein, and I do like at least try to do at least 2 cups of vegetables with each meal at lunch and dinner, and then breakfast is like you really don't have too many vegetable options with your breakfast, so I try to do like a
Right.
banana and some fruit with my meal. But yeah, like I try to keep it simple. Like I pretty much just whatever I eat for the week, I just try to eat the same thing for the whole week until I just get to the end of the week. So if it's salmon with veggies and a carb, and breakfast would be like egg whites, turkey
Hmm.
sausage, or egg whites and a banana, or like oatmeal and stuff like that. So it ain't nothing that's like too out of the ordinary, but it's nothing like where it's just like I'm gonna just eat what I want to.
Right. See, I'm over here
But I don't
taking
snack a
notes.
lot though. I don't snack a lot though. But my
Snacking
snacks
is how
is
you gain weight, though.
yeah,
That's what they
yeah.
be
Yeah. But
saying.
my snacks are like grapes, apple slices. I might have a granola bar here and there, and
Mm.
then like I guess you could say my unhealthy snack is kettle corn.
I was just about to say, do you eat popcorn?
Yeah,
Cause
kettle corn is pretty much like my safe haven where it's like that's my bad thing that
okay,
I eat. But other than that, I don't really eat too much.
wow. You know what's crazy? I swear I'd be doing something with my little popcorn snack. I'd be like, yeah, this is my healthy
Yeah,
snack. I
yeah,
guess.
that's my junk food, I guess you could say.
Dang, that mean I'm doing really bad. I'm doing
Nah,
terrible.
you
But
doing good. You doing good.
um, So how do you like mentally prepare for big races, especially like when the pressure is on you and you feel
Yeah.
like it's a lot on the line? Like, what do you do?
I mean, honestly, like I really don't look at it as pressure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like for me, it's like I kind of attack every race like it's a big race. So when it
Hmm.
do come to like that big moment, like I'm not flustered by it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yeah.
of course you're going to be because it's like that one moment you've been waiting on all season. But I'm not in a mode where it's like, bro, I can handle it. But for me, it's like I just train every day really hard.
Yeah.
So I feel like since I put in the work every day, like when I line up at the track meet, I can accept what's gonna happen at the track meet. Like I can accept what
Okay.
happens on the day of the race because it's like I prepared for this. Like I was built for the moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
and I ain't never just like been a guy that's like, oh, they just better than me. Like I'ma always pick me, regardless of like if you got the world leading time, if you won last year, this is you can be in your hometown. I'ma always pick me. Like, but I think I'm just like that because that's just how I grew up. Because I've always like competed against like my older cousins, the older kids, and stuff like that. So I feel like I've
Hmm.
always had my back against the wall. So it's like for me,
Yeah.
it's like I never have an issue. Like I rise to the occasion. Like I like when the
Hmm.
lights is on. You know, some people have a problem with it, but like I feel like for me, like I love when the lights is on. Like I just love that moment.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Like, what advice could you give younger athletes who want to make it there one day, or do like run professionally, should I say?
Man, just enjoy the moments that you have now. Like I think a lot of people like the advice my coach who used to coach me in college, Coach Hart, one day like he could tell like I was low key getting like turned up by the moment because that was my first time running at Olympic trials my freshman year in college, and I didn't want to run because I already had basically made the junior team, the world junior team for the U.S. So I was like, man, he was like, man, do you want to run? I was like, Olympic trials? Like, nah, man, like I'm too young, like, cause I wasn't, like, I was what, maybe 18, 19 at the time. Like, this is my freshman year,
And you
and
were too young? You thought you were too
not
young?
like in my head, like running against them, like because it's just like you these are the people you watch grow up running. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Like he was like, nah, I think you're ready. And I'm looking at the times, I'm like, I'm nowhere close to what they was running. Like my fastest time was like a 45.2, and they fastest time was like 43s, 44 lows. And I'm like, coach, come on now. Like I ain't. And
Yeah.
that year I was just there in Oregon at nationals 2 weeks before that, and I didn't even make it to the finals. So I'm like, nah, coach, you know what I'm saying? And then he finally told me, he was like, man, I never told nobody else this, and I thought he was finna say something that was like real deep,
Hmm.
but he was just like, what did he tell me? He said, you attacking it mentally the wrong way. He said, be the same person you always been. The only thing that's changed is your uniform.
Mm.
He said the only thing that's changed is the uniform. It's the same moment. It's just a new uniform. He said it's crazy because you felt this way when you was in high school when you ran at state. You felt this way in summer track when you was running in the final. You gonna always
Hmm.
have this moment. He said you gonna always have this feeling for every big moment. The only thing that's changing is your uniform.
That's a good man right there.
Man,
I,
so at that point, like I had a different perspective at that moment. I was like, man, you're right. And I made it to the semi. I didn't end up making it to the final. But that next year, like my confidence was so much different. So I think for every younger athlete is like enjoy the moment and don't overthink what it is. Like
yeah.
enjoy what you have, enjoy the process. And if you put in the work every day, like you're gonna be all right with the results that come from it.
Right. I love it. So, okay. Okay, that kind of made me come up with another question. But you ran in the 4x4 with Allison Felix, correct?
Yeah, yeah. On the mixed relay.
Okay, on the mixed relay. That's my girl. So I
Yeah.
want to know, what was that like? Were you starstruck at first, or like, you know?
Nah, I wasn't because I've seen Allison before that. I
Mhm.
made I made a team and I've seen her before, so it wasn't really me starstruck. It was me more excited to be able to run with her because like that was supposed to
Yeah,
be like, her last year, and nah, that was her year coming back from having a baby. So
having a
for me,
baby, right?
like, yeah, so for me to be able to like be that first big race with her again, I was like, bro, this is crazy. But I knew like I had a lot on me to bring to the table because it was like everybody was like, "Yo, you giving it to Allison, bro. So you gotta do your job." Like, yo, this is like I had one of my aunties call me like when I was out there in Doha. She was like, "Nah, hey, don't you go out there and mess this up." I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that." But I was excited. Like I was excited because it's like you get to run with somebody that you probably looked up to in a sense, and what she's done for
Yeah,
the sport is just insane. Like in women empowerment and everything like that. Like it's always been big ups to Allison because she's been doing it for so long. Like she been doing it since high school. So it's like, man, when they told me they was like, nah, you gonna run first, you gonna get a baton to Allison. I was like, but it's crazy. Like I remember calling my pops. I was like, yo, I'm running. He's like, for real? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be giving the stick to Allison. He's like, oh man, you gotta do your job. I was like, nah, I got it, I got it.
I would have been peeing on myself. I'm not gonna lie. Just thinking about it makes me
Nah, but
nervous.
she real chill though. Like she's real chill.
Yeah,
But she a beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
the Allison y'all, like she be locked in. But like she never put you in a position. Like she never put me in a position where it was like, yo, you gotta do this. Like she was like, all
hmm,
right, y'all ready? How you feeling? I'm like, I'm good. She was like, all right, let's do this. Like she was real relaxed and real chill. So when I seen her chilling, I was like, I'm a chill too. Like I'm good.
right.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I love it for you. Um, what was the most challenging race of your career? You feel like?
Oh, challenging race.
Hmm.
I think all of them. Like I don't think I have one race that was more challenging than the other.
Hmm. So
Do I
all of
got
them,
one?
you feel like you get the same type of.
No, I do got one. I do got one. It was I'd probably say my junior year here at Baylor. My junior year, we had conference here in Waco at home,
Mhm.
and I'm from Waco too. So
Yeah.
the whole city popped out for conference that year. Like all my family, all my people, all my homies, like the stands, it wasn't nowhere. It was a sold out. It was sold out for the finals, and
Okay.
it was one of those days where it couldn't get no better. Like the sun is out. It's like 78, 80. It'd probably say 83 degrees, and for track, that's great weather. That's
Okay.
great weather. The wind was like at an all time low. Like I think
Mm.
the flags was sitting. I was like, yo, bro, this is gonna be a good day. I had been running fast all season, so I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm good. Like I'm ready to go. And I ran the 4x1, and I ended up like tweaking my hamstring before the 400. And I felt it when I crossed him. I was like, yo, I think I just messed my hamstring up. So I went inside. The training room. I talked to my trainer, and he was in front of everybody, and my coach was over there, but they didn't know. I just pulled my trainer to the side. I said, "Yo, I think I just messed my hamstring up." He's like, "Huh?" I said, "No." I said, "Chill, chill." I said, "Coach," I told my trainer, I said, "I think I like tweaked my hamstring." So he gave me like some like salt tablets because he thought it was just a cramp. And he checked it. He was like, "No, I think you strained it."
Oh
But
man.
he said, "I'm pulling you." I was like, "No, I gotta run." He was like, "Nah, you can't." I was like, "I gotta run. Like I'm at the crib. I gotta run. Like I have to. Like everybody pulled up to watch. Like I gotta run."
Right.
I went out there and long story short, I won. I
Okay.
ended up winning, but I didn't run to what I wanted to. But I think that was like the toughest race of my career, mentally and
Yeah.
physically, because I was able to like pull something out of me that I think I didn't have in me. Like that really would change my perspective of myself. I was like, yeah, I'm a dog, bro. Like I like after that, I was like, yeah, bro, you like that. Like you won and you was hurt. You like that, bro. Because in my head, I'm
So
like,
what was the given? Was it giving Kobe playing on a torn Achilles
No,
or?
for real. Because after that, they had to cart me off and all of that stuff because I was hurting. But like I ended up
Dang.
winning. But like I was like, bro, I just ran 45 flat with a bum hamstring. I was like, you like that, bro? And in my head, I was like, if I get healthy, bro, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's a
that's what I was
wrap.
telling. Yeah, that's what I was telling myself. And that also like just helped me get through the season. You know what I'm saying? Even though the season wasn't able to finish as well as I wanted to, but it gave me that like, bro, you like that, bro.
Yeah. Dang. Well, you persevered, and I give
No,
you your
yeah.
props for that. Um, who or what has been your biggest inspiration through your journey? In all, but also your journey to becoming an Olympian.
Um, first I'll say like as a the I guess I could say the me part, like as the man part, I'll probably say my pops. Just you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying with him, like all the advice and everything he's helped me through, because it's just like it ain't always been easy, but you know what I'm saying, he's
Right.
always been like that, like nah, I got you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, like he ain't never just let me like be going through this on my own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even though like my mom, like they together, she in my life, but it hit different coming from like a male figure, because he
Hmm.
looks at it more so like that's what us men gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? I was a man, you know what I'm saying, and it's my job. Like you still my son, regardless you being a grown man. So I'll say him because he just been there for me, like at all times. Like if anybody know, like if where I'm at, you gonna see him because he's also a track coach here. So it's like wherever he at, he gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? He ain't too far, as I could say. And I think for like track wise, man, I don't know track wise. Cause it's like you can just say a lot of people like in the track world. Cause you like I feel like it's just like any other sport where it's like you look at different people and you get different like feels from them. Like nah, like he was the one, he was on. But I think just overall, like I just say my pops, cause I feel like just I took that mental toughness and everything that he implied to me to the track too.
Hmm.
So I just say him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That I think is so important for us to like talk about Black fathers and especially the
Yeah,
ones that are like really involved with their sons because obviously, this current culture of men not really being there is taking
yeah.
over. So whenever I see a Black man in his son's life, I appreciate it so much. So
Nah,
shout out to
that.
your dad.
Nah, for real. I mean, because the way I look at it, it was like it was a situation at one point where it was just like this just was not going right for me because it was just so many other things as far as like the business side aspect that a lot of people don't understand is like the business
Right.
side is going to always overtake the physical aspect of whatever sport they in. Like prime
Right.
example is Luca. Luca
Hmm.
is him, but the business aspect got Luca out of Dallas. You feel me? So
Yeah.
like it's the same thing with track and field. So like for that business aspect, it was like, bro, like I don't even know if I feel like doing this no more, bro. If this is how it's gonna be, because I just feel like it was just so much shady stuff going on, and nothing that it was out of my control, but it was also I feel like hindering my career. But
Mm.
he was like basically like, nah, like you ain't like whatever it is, I'ma take care of it. Like don't even worry about it. And he always tell me like whatever that part is, I don't want you focusing on that. I just want you to run and I'ma figure it out. I'm gonna figure that part out. So it's like that's why I say for him, like, man, he's been a big help as far as my getting me this far. And even though it's not like where I wanted to, like he's still like, nah, like you ain't finna quit none of that. We still gotta. He always say we like it's his legs, but he say, man, we got a lot of time left in this sport before they get us up out of here. And I'll be like, you know what, you turn me up. It's gonna get active again now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be like, yeah,
I love it. I be wishing I could have that so bad, but we ain't even gonna get into it. My father passed away when I was really young, so
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I love it. No, it's cool. I lived through all of y'all. When y'all have really good fathers, I
yeah.
consider that my daddy too. So, um, what do you do outside of running to unwind and stay grounded and take care of your mental?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, like for me, it's like I hang out with some of my friends and stuff like that. Like I do always, pretty much if they you know what I'm saying, free, but I know they got their own professional life going on and what they do. So we try to meet up as much as we can and maybe grab a bite to eat on the weekends, or you know what I'm saying. Most of the time, like I just like to rest, like on my off time. Like you gonna
Yeah.
always try to catch me. I'm gonna catch a nap. I'm gonna be sleep as much as I can, and that's what I usually do. But like when it's good weather and stuff like that, I love being in the outdoors, fishing, shooting guns, just the country life, really. You know what I mean? So
Doing
that's just
country stuff
yeah, that's just what I love to do. But most of the time, like in season, like you're gonna catch me just really getting a lot of rest, just trying to catch up on that rest and get my body back right to what I want it to be for the. I guess you could say that the next week that's coming up.
for the next week. So, like, currently, then, since you're training, you don't have time for fishing, you don't have time for none of the fun stuff that you do for leisure.
Nah, I mean I do, but I just choose not to, cause I just be so tired. I be like, man, I just want to go to the
Yeah.
crib and get off my legs. Like I'm legs is
Yeah.
hurting. Nah, I just wanna relax.
They be having y'all in there all day. Like,
Nah, it's not really that, but it's like our shorter days typically are harder days. So it's like even though you ain't spending a lot of time there, it probably was one of them workouts that yes, it's gonna get you up out of there quick, but you finna be feeling it
yeah.
by the time the day is over. And it feel like as the day goes on, you just feel more and more and more.
Yeah. Did you have to make any sacrifices to, be successful in track and field?
Oh, a lot. You sacrifice
Yeah.
what you want to eat, having fun with your friends, being able to live like I guess you could say that middle age or mid 20s or late 20s life. You know what I mean? That go on vacations. You missing out on
Yeah.
vacations. Um,
And fun.
family. Yeah. You know what I mean? Missing birthdays, hanging out with your family, reunions, just all of those different things. And then also like what you want to eat. Like that's probably the hardest one. You be like, bro, I want some wings so bad.
I know.
You know what I mean?
All right. So the people want to know. Thinking back on your Olympic experience overall, what was the most like unforgettable moment for you?
Um, the closing ceremonies.
Why?
Just being able to just like wear the actual like what you like the whole polo joints and all that stuff. No, you know what? Scratch that. That's not when I first went to the room and I seen the suit and everything. And like seeing
Mm,
all the gear, that was because like they had everything there for us. So I think that was my like the moment that like for me was just like to see everything when I first got to the room, and I was like, bro, this is crazy. Like
like the USA gear?
yeah, like you seeing all the like I think it wasn't even the US, it was the polo stuff. Like for me, when you look around when I was doing what I was doing, I was just like it never dawned on me because in my head I'm just doing what I was blessed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
Right.
never a point where I looked at it like dang, like man, until I seen that was close. I think that's what it was. Because any other
Yeah.
time I've made a team, like it was exciting, but it was one of those where it was just like, man, appreciate it, but I got to keep going to the next thing. Like you know what I mean? Like I never really had a chance to really just sit back and enjoy like from what I accomplished. But I feel like for me, I think that moment was enjoyable for me because I thought about like I went back to when I was a smaller kid and I'm like,
Mhm.
dang, like, cause it's not a medal. Like this is stuff like I always wanted, like the clothes, like the polo clothes. You know what I'm saying? The USA with the big polo man on it. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. I think that's why that moment was so big for me.
What do you think? What has progressed in track and field, and what changes would you like to see? So when I say that, obviously, I mean like some things are kind of like stagnant forever for a long time, but they
Mhm.
could be better. There's room for improvement. So what has progressed? Do you feel like within the sport?
Um, I feel like as far as like progression in the sport, I feel like it's became more like televised. as far as not, I ain't gonna say televised, but known by non-track people. Like, you
Yeah.
starting to see where I think, but I also think that just plays a part with social media and stuff like that, how it is
Mm,
now. So I think that's what kind of helped, what I'm saying, progress us as far as like people knowing track, you know what I'm saying, and like they watching it, like even if it's not an Olympic year. But I feel like what needs to progress is like maybe more track meets in America, because it's like we run
yeah.
a lot of track meets in Europe, and it's like ain't nobody that's not a track fan finna be waking up at 7 in the morning or 4 or 5 o'clock at night because we running at that time. You know what I'm saying? Over
Hmm.
there, they not finna do that. I wish we had, like, I feel like we have the cities in the states that's able to hold some great track meets. We can have
Hmm.
one in, bounce back in LA, you know what I'm saying? Pull up to Atlanta, pull up to Houston, or you know what I'm saying, or I don't even
Hmm.
know if Houston has a place for us to have it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it can be a situation where it was, but it's just like when I think of the places that they could have it, I'm like, man, we need to make it happen, because it's just like for
Yeah.
me, it's like, just like make it a whole like thing for us to have something. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that would be the progression if we want track and field to be where it's at. We have to have it more monetized in America.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna jump right in to something that is super controversial, but this podcast is called I Might Get Canceled for a Reason. So yeah. Looking back, do you feel like Sha'Carri Richardson deserved the backlash that she received?
Nah,
Nah,
nah.
it wasn't that serious.
I mean, I feel like one. I feel like if everybody knew the type of person she was, like the person she is, then you'll realize she don't. And then also, I don't think people understood like at that time she was young, so it's like I don't think you know how everybody always say, "Oh, if I had this is how I would do it." You don't know it till you got that position. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And the way I look at like her, she a cool person. You know what I'm saying? Like she real cool. I'm not in her training group or nothing like that, but you don't become who you are unless you work like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you
Hmm.
work hard. So I can't say she trains hard, but I do know this: if you're a champion in the way she carry herself on the track, you gotta train to an extent that it's like, oh, she a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just look at it like when you young and you have, I guess you can say, a lot of things thrown at you. Some people, or sometimes you might not know how to just fully handle it all at once. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And I don't like when, I guess you could say, when I say grown people, like, yeah, we grown, but mid 40s, 50s, 60s, bashing a younger lady. Like, shouldn't you be the type where it's more so like uplifting? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Because I forgot everybody perfect. I forgot y'all didn't make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I forgot that y'all ain't never did something that, you know what I'm saying, that maybe could have made a bad decision. But
Okay.
look the way she bounced back though. You know what I'm saying? Like she's doing good now. She handling business. She stay out the way. She make her money and she run track. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, she might have made one, you know what I'm saying, mistake. But at the end of the day, who hasn't? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the comeback that she had, that's how you do it, first of all.
No,
If
so
everybody gonna slander your name and drag you through the mud over
yeah,
something like that, you gotta come back 10 times harder. So that's why I'm so glad that she did. So everybody
yeah.
that was doubting her, all the naysayers, they really had no choice but to like shut the hell up, really.
No, for
And
sure.
that's just what it was. I feel like the way the media treated her and portrayed her was very unfair, because I just feel like we're humans at the end of the day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like she doesn't have her mother. Everybody done smoked a little weed before. Like, not saying that it's acceptable and it's okay, but I'm saying
yeah,
have some grace. You know,
yeah. That's why I say,
she's
like, you know
young.
what I'm saying? Like, when, I mean, everybody always talks about what they'll do in that position. Yo, I just feel like she made one mistake. She did what she did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's get past it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they treated it like she, did something. that just
Steroids.
yeah ruined her whole life. I mean, at the end of the day, she made one mistake. Who hasn't done it? Let's you know what I'm saying, maybe get on the media, talk about it for a couple days, leave it at that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? She took her lick. She did what she was supposed to do. They told her she had to sit out for this umpteenth amount of days. She did that. She missed the Olympics. She kept it pushing. Leave it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, our job is to want to run and do our job. She wasn't able to. So I feel like just that itself was probably just for me personally, that would be enough of a punishment for me. I don't need y'all in my ear telling me I'm just a bad person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. People don't realize when you in the like the public eye and in the spotlight,
Yeah.
that's a lot of things weighing down on you at one
Nah,
time.
for
You know,
sure. It's
you dealing with
overwhelming.
being in the public eye. Now
Yeah.
people always got something to say. They talking about you on first take. They talking about you on Instagram. Like y'all don't know what that's like. Y'all are regular people.
And
You
then
know,
it's frustrating because you can't respond the way you want to respond.
you can't
You know
respond
what
because you
I'm saying?
have an image to.
You have an image to take, and it's like, yo, like and for me, it's like I feel me personally, I feel like she handled it the best that she could. Like she
She handled
did,
it well.
yeah, she handled it well. So it's like
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm glad to see she's doing good now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And, you know, and I feel like because of that situation, we've seen less of her on socials. You know what I mean? And I feel
Yeah.
like I hate it because I feel like someone in her statue, someone like her, in the way she carries herself, I wish we could see way more of her personality wise. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just a lot more of her. But I feel like when you do things like that, like when the media does things and the people does things to someone, that makes you not even want to show your true colors no more. Because it's like
Exactly.
if
For
I
what?
do, yeah, if I do, y'all gonna do me just as bad this time.
Yeah. I like I kind of feel her on that though. I'm not
Yeah,
saying anything in particular happened to me, but I've seen the way the media does other
yeah,
people
yeah, for
who are
sure.
just trying to live their life, you know what I'm saying? And because of that, it has made me pull back. I don't want to share on social media for real.
For
You know,
sure.
I'm on there for the brand.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I feel like you keep personal stuff personal. Drop a pic looking cute, keep pushing because I don't really agree with the way people feel so entitled to your life and your business
Mhm.
because they follow you. Like you don't know these people. Reality check. Social media got everybody's minds fried. You don't know these
Yeah.
people in real life.
Facts.
So I just keep that in mind. I think we all need to just have more grace moving forward. But
Nah,
yeah.
facts.
Do you have any upcoming events that you're excited about? Races or events?
Yeah, I have USA indoors coming up next week actually. That'll be in
Hmm.
Staten Island at the Ocean Breeze Complex. It'll be my first time running there, but I'm pretty excited about it. This will be my second USA indoors. I think I'm more excited about it this go around because I think like last year I had just moved back to my
Hmm.
the train here in Waco, and I was still like dealing with some nagging injuries. So we was kind of like just trying to figure out the training and stuff. So it's been going pretty well now. We still going through a little knickknacks every now and then, but like what athlete doesn't? But I'm just a little bit more excited because I think my confidence is a little bit better this go around. So it's like
Yeah,
I can compete without feeling like just the weight of the world on my shoulders this time.
that's a beautiful thing. That means you've grown. So,
Now, real.
be proud of growth.
Yeah.
Once your competitive career is over, or I hate that word, but once it's over, how do you see yourself like contributing to the sport or helping like the future generation of athletes?
I want to get into coaching. Like that's my thing.
Hmm.
You know, uh, sometimes I want to do start on the high school level, but the more I've been around my coach and stuff, like I want to get into it off the rip in the college world. Like that just seems like it'll be pretty cool. So it's like I
Yeah.
definitely want to get into coaching, but I mean, just overall, just pour into the youth really. So if it's
Hmm.
college, if it's high school, I just want to be able to help athletes get to the next level and reach goals. That's pretty much it.
There you have it. Nothing else to say to that. So, like, because of because of how busy your schedule is, do
Mhm.
you even have time to have like a regular job, or is this all you can do, or all you do?
Nah, like I can do other stuff. Like I help. I actually help out at a rec center with an after school program with
Mhm.
kids. And I work with the third and fourth graders. Man, they get me to run around every day, but that's my babies right there, man. So it's like I
Yeah.
love being around them because they keep me like motivated to do what I do. Because at the end of the day, it's like they didn't know who I was,
Right.
and I think one person they was like, "Man, I've seen you before." And I think one day, like I picked up like one of the kids, got their parents picked them up, and they was like, "Oh, aren't you so and so?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then the kid heard it. The kid heard it, so they went home and went on Google and stuff. So,
And looked it
I
up.
yeah, and I came back the next day, and they on the computer looking up all my races and stuff. So then it went from that to now we go in the gym. They trying to race and stuff like that. And they like, man, when you run it again, Mr. Will, we want to watch you and da da da. So it's like, for me, it's like anytime I have one of them days where practice was hard and stuff like that, I see them and they just get me turned up again. So it's like, I love being around them for real.
You're like their modern day superhero. You like the hood hero for them. So,
Man,
it,
listen, I've got to be something because every day I was like, bro, y'all is something else. Like they just listen, I get a good laugh every day after training. So it's like for me to be
absolutely.
around them, it's one of those things where it's like it's funny because I get to see like them doing their athletic stuff like that, and then they be like, "Man, can you teach me how to do this?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I got you, man." And then trying to help the little older kids, and I be like, "Man, if you want to do this, you gotta stay out of trouble, bro. If you want to run the Olympics, you can't be getting in trouble. You right, you right. You
Right.
gotta do your homework, bro." And they just be like, they be listening. They listen now, so it's fun messing with the kids.
At least they listen to you because the kids are interesting. That's
Nah,
what
they
I'll
are.
say that.
Nah, they are. I mean, I just feel like I've built a relationship with them for them to understand because I just kind of talk to them on their level. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I just talk to them on their level and just try to get them to have more of an understanding because I know some of them come from different situations, different
Yeah.
things that's going on at home. So I feel like once I kind of learn their home situations and how they are and their personalities, it became easier.
Facts. Facts. I love it. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received during your career?
Advice. Um, don't think you're bigger than the program.
Don't think you bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
Explain
Because
that.
um, because I think a lot of like I think we often feel like we reach a point where you kind of feel untouchable, like even if you winning,
Hmm.
and as soon as you feel like you feeling that way, somebody else come, like it's somebody always that's gonna be next. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's always next in line. So if you feel like you ain't trying to follow the program and follow how things go, that next person go poof. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
just gonna pass you, like never get comfortable. So it's like I always follow the program and I never get comfortable. Cause the moment you get comfortable and you think, oh, I'm up top, I'm that guy, it's done for you, bro. Like, it's just how it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you
Hmm.
think it's just about every sport, they always say it's the next up.
Yeah.
Like every sport, you got one person come the next year. Boom, boom, boom. And the moment you feel like you bigger than the program and you start to try to do things your own way, it's rap. You know what I'm saying? It's
Dang.
rap.
What's one thing that a lot of people may not know about you? Because you don't post a lot either, not anymore. So what's something that people don't know?
Um, that I'm a cool dude. Like I'm a chill guy. I think a lot of people often think like I'm a cocky person. You know what I'm saying? They often think like, oh, he cocky, but I'm like, bro, I'm not like that. But I think that's just the way, like when I do post my captions or whatever on the gram or whatever for the sports, they think like, oh, he think he this type of person. But I'm like, I'm not like that. It's just like for me when I post what I post, you know what I'm saying, with my track stuff, like, yeah, I'm gonna talk that talk. But you
Yeah.
supposed to. Like you supposed to think you that person. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, who will? Like y'all not
Right.
gonna do it. Because at the end of the day, I look at it like this: like you got people that support you, got fans, but fans only supporting who at the top at the moment.
Who they want to
So
support. Fans support
yeah,
who they want
so
to.
you if you
So
the guy that's at the top right now, that's who they gonna support. But as soon as you start to fall off, as soon as you gone, it's the next person. So it's like for me, I'm my biggest fan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you
So
gotta
for me, a
be.
lot of people, yeah, so a lot of people kind of take that as like, oh, you cocky. I'm just a confident person. Like, I'm a confident person. I believe wholeheartedly in myself, but I train like every day. So I feel like
Right.
since I put in the work to think that way, like, of course, I'm going to feel that way about myself.
Because if you don't think you that, who gonna think that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like you have to be your biggest fan. I feel the same way about myself. And it wasn't always like that. I had to start getting in the mirror and telling myself, like, hey, look, you her. And
Yeah.
I suggest everybody else do the same thing. It's a part of
No,
your
fact.
development as a, as a
Yeah, you
person.
got,
So
no, facts, facts. Most
it's
definitely.
confident, not cocky. But I respect it. Mad respect. If you weren't a track athlete, what career do you think you'd probably be pursuing right now?
Ooh. I'd probably still be coaching.
Hmm.
If I wasn't, I'd still be coaching. Probably, most likely. You know, I mean, I
Okay.
did other sports growing up, football, basketball, but coaching would definitely be my thing. Like, I think that's probably what I would have been doing, coaching.
Yeah. I think you'll be a pretty good coach. You'll be all right, but
Yeah,
good
that's
enough.
the hey, see, man. I get my little team, man. We gonna have some trophies hoisting around the crib.
So you already kind of talked to us about your dad. I was gonna ask you who was your biggest supporter and what do you, like what's something they've done for you that really meant a lot. But I know you're gonna say your dad. Is there
Yeah.
anybody else? Is there anybody else?
I mean, of course, my mom. Like my
Hmm.
mom, of course. Like my mom, she don't miss a beat. Even if she can't make the track meet, she gonna watch it, or she be like,
Right.
man, you can get it recorded, or she'll follow like the little live result link, like that show the results. And it seemed like soon as I get done, like if I go look at my phone, she already texts me like, congratulations on your race. Like it's always like my mom, like she never missed nothing, just like my dad. Like my mom, she's always gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? I think my sisters, like I got three older sisters, and my oldest, like the
Mm.
oldest, like the oldest one, like she gonna send me a text like, when your next race, you know, where it's at, I'm gonna try to come. Boom, like she gonna
Yeah.
do her thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, just everybody in my family, like they
Yeah.
always support, like they just
I
always
think
been
that
there.
they hella proud. They're super
Nah,
proud of
for
you.
sure. For sure. And I think for me, it's like that's why I've been trying to do better, like of understanding how important that I've the important things that I've done. Because like I say, like
Yeah.
as an athlete, you often get stuck of all right, job's done. Let's go to the next one.
Hmm. Right.
And while they celebrating, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Got the next one. Now you should be proud. I am. And they be like, oh,
Job not
congrats.
done.
Yeah, like that's like how I am. Like I'm just like, all right, thank you, and I just be like, okay, and I just leave it alone. And they still be celebrating, you know, showing everybody the video and telling their coworkers and stuff. And I just be like, yo, chill. Like we got a long season ahead. They talking about one track meet, we got like hella meets left. But that's just how I had to understand. Like that's from the outside looking in. That's how it is.
Right. If you could race against any other Olympian, past or present, who would it be and why?
It'll be. Man, that's actually a good one. I'd probably say Jeremy Warner. He went to
Okay.
Baylor, and I actually raced him like towards the end of his career, and then we
Hmm.
raced my freshman year. We raced my freshman year, and when I was at Baylor, and he was somebody like I like. When he ran in Waco at the Baylor track meets, I was used to watch it like, bro, that's Jeremy, bro, that's crazy, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those where it's like I wish I could have raced against him like in his prime years. I think
Yeah,
racing against him in his prime years would have been like crazy for me. Like, but
yeah.
he got older. But I was
Battle of the
still
Beta
grateful.
Boys.
Yeah, but I was still grateful enough to race him just in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, but I wish I could have raced him like when he was in his prime, like when
Hmm.
he was killing everybody.
Yeah. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I did.
How did you feel about Kendrick Lamar's performance?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't think I didn't see nothing that I didn't think I wouldn't see. Like that's the type of person Kendrick is. Like if you listen to his music and you like listen to the message, like there's no way like and I'm not even like a Kendrick fan like that. But if you listen to Kendrick's music, like that's the type of messages he put in his lyrics. So it's like
Literally.
there's no way he's gonna get on a stage that big and not put those type of messages in it. Like I just like when I
Exactly.
seen it, I was like, yeah, like I knew something was coming. Like it just wasn't gonna be just not like us. Like you just wasn't gonna see just no diss song. Like, you was gonna see the whole thing because Kendrick gonna tell a story when he do his stuff.
Yeah. Typical him. I was so proud though. I was like, yes,
Yeah,
he
like
did that
yeah,
in
when I
front of
seen it.
everybody. The president was in there. I'm like,
Facts.
yeah.
Like when I seen it, I was like, "Oh yeah." I said, "Oh yeah." He gonna. It's something in there that we gonna see that is gonna tell a story, or he gonna spit something.
Thanks. But I appreciate you coming on to the podcast. I'm not
For sure.
going to hold you for that long. And as you can see, we got an unexpected guest
Now we
on the
gotta get.
show.
Hey, what's up, man?
Wave, say bye bye. But no, seriously, like everything you've done, you should be proud of, and it's a big deal to me. So I appreciate you coming on here and sharing this on my platform. I feel so special that you did it here.
For sure.
But I look forward to following you in the future and seeing what else is in store.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Thank you for having me. I had a good time.